Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hey guys. Hi guys. Hi.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Hey guys.
Hi guys.
Thank you for watching episode 4. Thank you for watching episode 4. Thank you for watching episode 6. Thanks for watching episode 7. Thanks for watching episode 8. Thank you for watching episode 9. And where the hell is episode 10? And thank you for watching episode 10.
It's been another year.
Especially thank you for those who came to the Music Box premiere this year.
That was amazing. Definite highlight of the year.
Yeah, it was like one of the greatest evenings of my life.
Yeah.
Channel stats.
Stats!
Let's find out how the Pineapple Boy Films channel fared this year.
Alright. Subscriptions lost. 4,543.
What? That's way more than last year.
Is it? Gained is 6,267.
Okay.
We gained almost 2,000 more.
Yep.
It's really, it's
1,724. About 1,000 more people than we gained last year.
Nice.
See, this is what happens when you stop doing a web series and start doing more kind of shareable content.
Yeah, when you do smaller content that doesn't require like a long-term commitment.
Yeah, and updates aren't like cluttering up the channel every week.
I don't know that I'd call those clutter.
Like every year, we thought we would give you our top movie, TV show, book, game, album, and podcast.
Oh shoot, I still haven't picked my album.
It doesn't have to be from 2017, you just have to have experienced it for the first time. We'll also be joined by my sister Emmy.
Hi.
And her husband James.
And Craig and China.
And Craig and China. Shall we get to it?
Let's do it.
Favorite movie of the year. It took me a while to decide.
Yeah.
Because there were 4 movies that I spent a lot of time talking and thinking about this year. And after all of that, I think I have to go with Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
All right.
I spent way more time talking and thinking about that movie than any other movie this year. Every time like we're at a function, I spend not an insignificant amount of time talking about it.
Jake recorded himself talking about The Last Jedi.
With Craig on the first episode of a podcast we may never do any more episodes of.
Hey, you guys have been talking about it for a while.
Called Movied.
Yeah.
And just with him having a new baby and all, I don't know how often something like that would happen. It's on iTunes, it's on wherever you get your podcasts, check it out.
My #1 movie of the year, I actually saw, what it was,
January 5th.
2017. Okay, so like I finished grad school this year, we moved this year, we finished Pops this year. I haven't been taking in a lot of new content.
Yeah.
So my favorite movie of this year that I saw was Arrival.
Yep.
Beautiful movie. Smart storytelling. Talks about communication and the human condition, 2 things that I could talk about like ad infinitum. And it doesn't talk down to the audience. I love it.
I think we agree on this, do we? Mm-hmm. What's it called?
Blade Runner?
Blade Runner. Very good.
Say the full title, please.
Blade Runner 2059?
2049.
So close.
So you want a favorite movie? Blade Runner 2049. I haven't seen Get Out, I haven't seen Disaster Artist, I haven't seen Lady Bird, and several other movies that might be better, and I want to see them, but Blade Runner 2049 is the best movie I've seen all year, but the one that I had the most fun at, Star Wars: The Last Jedi.
Favorite movie of the year was The Big Sick. Ada did not like it.
No.
It's my favorite movie that I've ever seen Ray Romano in. Best role that he's ever done. And it was funny and you felt things.
TV show. Thing I had the most fun watching this year TV-wise was Riverdale. I loved Riverdale.
You did.
It's so trashy soap opera.
Yeah.
And like kind of dark and weird too. And it's like it's beautiful to watch.
Yeah.
And I just have such a great time.
My TV show for 2017 is Anthony Bourdain, Parts Unknown.
Yeah.
I love travel shows, I love cooking shows, travel and cooking shows. Oh, perfect.
Halt and Catch Fire. Such a great TV show.
Is that yours too?
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
You got me into it. I wasn't sure until the second season. The first season I was like, meh. Then the second season hooked me right in.
This was close between Ash vs. the Evil Dead and The Good Place. I'm going The Good Place.
Favorite TV show that I saw in 2017 was Master of None. Craig finally convinced me to watch it. And it is all it's cracked up to be.
Yeah.
So good.
Book.
So my book of the year, I think it's You Will Know Me by Megan Abbott. Like I tore through it. It's kind of like a murder mystery, unreliable narrator situation. I love those.
Yeah, mine is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. It's so far above every other book that I read this year. And I mean, I read good books, but like The Hate You Give might possibly be my book of like the last 5 years.
Wow.
It's so timely, and that's not what makes it excellent, but the fact that it's so amazingly excellent while being so timely is like makes it even better.
I don't think I've actually read a book other than children's books this year.
So what was your favorite?
I'm going with Harry McClary.
Which one?
Scattercat.
Yes! Scattercat is the best! If I had to pick one to read to Ida...
No, but what's your favorite? Not to read to Ida, your favorite.
Oh, that's different then. Probably is The Snail and the Whale. About a snail who wants to see the world. So hitches a ride on the tail of a whale, and the whale gets beached at one point, and the only one that can save him is the snail. Right?
I don't want any plot spoilers.
No spoilers. Gonna have to read the book.
Where'd you go, Bernadette? I'm in the middle of reading it. It's really good. It's told in a series of like emails between people and stuff. It's good.
Not a novel, but it was a really nice resource that I read while I was pregnant that I think has helped me now that I've got a baby. It's called The Womanly Art of Breastfeeding. Very great resource if you're looking to do some breastfeeding.
Game.
I don't think I played any new games this year.
The game that I played this year that I enjoyed the most was an escape room that you made at the library.
Yeah.
You and your
did
friend
make an
Liliana.
escape room.
As a library program, people had to sign up in advance as teams and everything. And you did it for 2 nights.
Yep.
And it was a 3-room escape room. You had to like figure out how to get into the next room and then figure out how to get into the next room and everything. And there's a lot of puzzles to solve, and it was just so much fun.
Oh, it was really, really fun to make too. So actually, you know what? I may as well say my escape room too. My escape room.
It's a game called Shadowhand, which you might not have heard of. And actually my sister-in-law and brother-in-law made it. And I'm not like a massive gamer, but it's kind of like solitary, but you duel people while playing solitaire. And I downloaded it like initially to be supportive, and then it was actually like really awesome. So I have played it a lot. The game you play with her the most is tipping her upside down. She goes, and it's also a trick to get her into her gym jams without her being mad.
That is true, okay. Rotating an infant 180 degrees.
For game, if we're talking video game, no question, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Amazing! One of the best, maybe the best video game ever made. If we're talking board games, I've played a lot of different board games, but I'm gonna go with Dominion.
Favorite game of 2017 is a game called Power Grid. The way it's set up, you're never really truly behind. If you're in last place, you get like perks, so you can like come back and win. It's not one of those games that you kind of know 20 minutes in that you're not gonna win, but you just have to play for another hour. Those suck. It's not like that. Power Grid.
Album of the year. I am gonna go with Alt J's Relaxer. Love it. Love Alt J. This is a great album. Great time.
Yeah. Ditto. I'm always a little worried about like where a band is gonna go when they've like done something really, really solidly beautiful to me. If they can keep building on it, and yes, the answer is yes.
I don't have an album, but I have a song. It's called The Deep by Clipping. It's like a sci-fi song about the journey slaves made from Africa to the New World, and horrifically pregnant women were thrown overboard. But this song starts on the basis that those babies swam out of their mothers and lived and created a society at the bottom of the ocean. And the song is like tracking the conflict that happens when people on Earth try and mine for oil, and it results in like a war, and it's the story of that, and it's amazing.
Well, I don't have an album, but I do have a song, which is by a guy called Anatole, I think is how you pronounce it, I'm not sure, and the song is called, I think, Here for This. Yeah, it's nice, it's kind of glitchy, nice bits of piano, little bits of vocals, lots of things. It's just nice.
Album, I mostly just listened to old music this year because I'm an old man. I bought a few new albums, but nothing super amazing, so.
I didn't listen to any albums. I don't have one for that.
And favorite podcast. Podcast called Shockwaves out of Blumhouse Pictures. They just basically spend half the episode talking about what horror movies they watched that week, and then they have a guest from the horror industry in some fashion. Filmmaker, distributor, something like that, and it's great. I love hearing people talk about horror movies.
The one I'm going with is going to be West Wing Weekly. It shouldn't be a shock that Rishikesh Hirway is my favorite podcaster, and now Joshua Molina is like becoming one of them as well. We started listening to that this year and watching West Wing for the first time this year, and it's such an excellent respite from the current political atmosphere to like go into pretend fantasy land where Bartlett is president. Josh and Rishi talk about it, and they're warm and they're fun and they're smart, and it's great. I listen to PodSave too. PodSave America is an excellent podcast, but I can't deny the fact that I get stressed out while I'm listening to PodSave America, and I don't get stressed out while I'm listening to West Wing Weekly.
For sure.
S-Town. Hands down. I was initially into it. I was like, oh, I love like murder stuff and like we're gonna find out what's gonna happen. But like it takes you on this totally opposite. I don't know. It keeps jerking you around. And plus, I had like a really big fever for 2 days, and I listened to the whole thing over 2 days with a fever, and it was like even better.
Podcast I've started listening to this year is Brexit Cast, basically trying to figure out how much of a shambles the UK is going to end up in.
There's like a montage of people confusing
Brexit with breakfast.
in speeches.
Favorite podcast of the year? S-Town. It was really good and sad and just a good documentary about a weird guy in Alabama.
Not necessarily the most fun to listen to, but it's so good. It's called Terrible, Thanks for Asking. And it's a podcast about grief and death, and it's really beautiful.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Let me know what you guys have in way of your favorites of the year in the comments below.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year.
Happy 2017, 2018. Bloody hell.
We've lost the whole year.
Happy New Year.
Peace. Bye.
Bye.